We practice speaking in public on various platforms that the Toastmasters offers for us and build our knowledge from what others speak at the club. It's better speaking. Before that it is better listening, and before that it is better thinking. That is the order, my dear friends, that we focus on. In our Toastmasters Club, we do not disturb speakers when they speak, so we keep our mics off when others are speaking, but switch on our cameras all the time, for the speaker knows we are listening to her or him. We Indians are very sensitive people, so it will be sensitiveness all the time, especially when we speak on topics that can hurt, embarrass, or belittle one's feelings, maybe sentiments, especially the beliefs and followings that we practice at home. So we keep all that at home and avoid bringing it at the meeting. Today we have two presidents of two clubs, Toastmaster Nayanthara and Toastmaster Sunita Pereira. To officiate as the presiding officer at today's meeting, we have Toastmaster Sunita Pereira. She is a long-standing Toastmaster. She is an English language teacher and trainer by profession. She is also interested in educational technology, social media communication, and counseling. In her free time, she enjoys music, creative writing, and theater. So this evening, let's put our hands together and welcome the officiating president, Toastmaster Sunita Pereira.
Thank you, DTM Bosco, for that very invigorating beginning to this joint meeting. Good evening, Toastmasters, and welcome to all the members of Mangalore Club and We Speak Toastmasters. After months of cribbing about, am I audible? Am I visible? I have to admit that online meetings are finally beginning to grow on me, because I realized that it has allowed us to really experience what it means to be part of a Toastmasters fraternity. If not for the pandemic, we would all be really comfortable in our own clubs, except for the annual training or contests or the district conference. But a joint meeting with another club, whether it's in Bangalore or Mangalore or Kerala or anywhere else in the world, is an eye-opener. No doubt you will have to deal with diversity, disruptions, distractions. That's part of it. But the fact that you have a shared agenda, a shared experience, a shared passion, a shared commitment, that makes the outcome all the more enjoyable and rewarding. So with that thought in mind, let us spend a moment in prayer to acknowledge all that and to acknowledge with gratitude all that we as Toastmasters have achieved in this past year. I invite Toastmaster Kavitha to lead us in prayer. Over to you, Kavitha.
Good evening. Thank you, Toastmaster Sunita. And before I start the prayer, I would like to share a small incident about this prayer, which is very close to my heart. I was born in ’71 and I studied in Carmel Convent in Delhi. And we got transferred to Vijayawada because my dad was a banker. And this was my first experience on stage when I was in my second standard. And this was the prayer I sang on stage. So let me share this prayer. It is a very apt prayer for today, where the theme is love. So I thought I would share this with you all. God's love is so wonderful. God's love is so wonderful. God's love is so wonderful. Oh, wonderful love. So high We can't get over it. So high. You can't get over it. So high. You can't get over it. Oh, wonderful love. God's love is so wonderful. God's love is so wonderful. God's love is so wonderful. Oh, wonderful love. So deep, you can't get under it. So deep, you can't get under it. So deep, you can't get under it. Oh, wonderful love. Thank you.
Thank you, Kavitha. I think we said the word love maybe 20 or 25 times. That's a wonderful way to begin. So now for that crazy little thing called love and that crazy little person called Jennifer George. Let me introduce to you the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Jennifer is a final year BSc student and she's been a Toastmaster for more than 2 years now. Currently, she is the Vice President membership of We Speak Toastmasters and her hobbies include listening to music and reading. She's also a foodie and likes experimenting with different recipes when she has time. And I think, although I have not met Jennifer, that I'm going to really look forward to meeting her and talking to her about that crazy little thing called love. Over to you, TMOD, Jennifer George.
Good evening, Toastmasters of Mangalore Toastmasters Club and We Speak Toastmasters Club. Welcome to this much-awaited joint meeting of these two clubs. This is really nostalgic for me because the last time we had a meeting like this was because of Active Sisters, and it is so nice to see all of you together in one place again. So, Valentine's Day is tomorrow, a day where we celebrate the people we love, and to some extent remember those that we loved at one point in the past. So why have I called love a crazy little thing? It's because love is such a versatile feeling. It can vary in intensity and it can change with time. Love has no limitations and it also has no expectations. Now, I would like to know from all of you what attributes you think are required for a loving relationship. Now, remember, I don't just mean a loving relationship between spouses and boyfriends and girlfriends. I mean a relationship between family, friends, and anyone you know that you love. So please feel free to unmute yourself right now or type into the chat box and tell me what are the different things you think are required for a loving relationship.
The most important is the understanding and the compatibility. I think so.
Very true, Kavitha. Anyone else?
Trust and sacrifice.
True, very true. Okay,
being unconditional.
Being unconditional, exactly. We've got
understand, accept, and adjust.
Adjust is very important. Support. We got respect and support. Anyone else? Well, I think we've covered pretty much everything in this. So yeah, I think we all have pretty good understanding of what we require in a loving relationship. Well, it is so nice to see all of you here today, and I hope all of you have a wonderful evening, a wonderful, loving evening, because today we have a lineup of some amazing speakers in the prepared speech section, which will be followed by the fun session, and finally we'll be moving on to the evaluation section. So the evaluation section in today's meeting is probably the most important session in any Toastmasters meeting, because wait, can you all hear me? Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Just getting having poor connection. Anyway, so the evaluation section is one session where we are given pointers on where we excelled and what we need to work on in the future to improve ourselves. And as they say, feedback is the breakfast of champions. So to lead us in the evaluation section, we have a general evaluator. Our general evaluator for today hails from the city of Delhi and has been a member of Mangalore Toastmasters Club for 1.5 years now. Professionally, he works as a senior manager of product in financial services. He likes reading a bit and also playing a couple of instruments. Toastmaster Neil, we would love to hear you play for us sometime. So when I asked Toastmaster Neil about a moment in his life when he felt the most loved, he replied saying that he doesn't have a single moment like this. Instead, whenever he calls his family and they ask him how he is, that is when he knows that he is loved. Let us show some love for our general evaluator for today by displaying a red heart emoji that you will find in the reactions tab at the bottom of your screen. And welcome Toastmaster Neil to introduce the evaluation section to us. Over to you, Toastmaster Neil.
Now can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Sorry, it seems my input device was a little different. Sorry. So I will continue from where I left off. I will be evaluating the proceedings of the meeting, seeing how things go in terms of what has been happening over the course of the meeting, looking at any points that need improvement, and providing feedback, which, as Toastmaster Jennifer said, is the breakfast of champions. I will be helped out by the tag team and the listener. So the tag team to introduce themselves, starting with the top of the day, Toastmaster Lalitha. So Toastmaster Lalitha, could you please let us know?
Yeah, good evening all Toastmasters. Today I've taken the role of timer and I will take care of the time taken by the speakers and evaluators. So I will note down the timing for speech, prepared speeches to speaker 1 and 2, and then later on evaluator 1 and 2. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lalitha. Next, I would like to move on to the R counter for today, Toastmaster Nayanthara, who will run us through her role.
Thank you, GE. A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the R counter is to note the words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the course of the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds like I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will present my report when asked to do so by the general evaluator. Thank you, and back to you, GE.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nayanthara. Next, for the grammarian, I would like Toastmaster Seema to explain her role.
Good evening to you all. My job is to improve the grammar and vocabulary of the participants. I monitor the grammar usage and use of language and identify the good words used, grammatical errors, and mispronunciations. I also introduce the word for the day and the phrase for the day. Can you all see my screen now?
Now, yes.
Yeah. The word for the day is ardent. It's an adjective. The synonyms are passionate, impassioned, fervent, fervid, zealous, fiery, and devout. Now the sentences are, where the word is used, Lata Mangeshkar was an ardent lover of music. He is a fervent supporter of Indian cricket team. Mother Teresa was a zealous advocate of compassion. Antonym of the word ardent is, that is the opposite is, detached, reserved, dry, impersonal. The phrase for the day is, wear your heart on your sleeve. That is to openly show your emotions with no qualms. Qualms meaning doubt, worry, or fear. The sentence, I can tell she is upset by her face. For example, Srivatsa, I could see that he was upset by his face when we said that we can't hear him. So he wears his heart on his sleeves. Kindly use the word for the day and the phrase for the day whenever possible, whenever you get a chance to speak. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Seema. Next, I would like to introduce the Toastmaster Ria, who will be running through the listening role for today. So over to you, Toastmaster Ria.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, and a very good evening to all my fellow Toastmasters and guests. As the listener for today's meeting, I will be noting any interesting tidbits of information from any of the speakers and ask questions near the end of the meeting to see if everyone was paying attention. Good luck to all the speakers. Looking forward to an ardent meeting. And back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ria. And moving now to move the proceedings forward, back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator and his team of target role players for explaining your role today. So I was trying to find the exact origin of Valentine's Day, but there are just so many legends out there. But one that caught my eye was that of a Saint Valentine who was helping in matchmaking of soldiers while they were forbidden to fall in love. Pretty cool fact, no? Well, want to know what's cooler? We will be mixing up today's session a bit by starting off with a fun session. The session will be conducted by someone who has been a Toastmaster for 2 years now. She is passionate about baking and is currently trying to start a home baking business. She says that she feels the most loved when she receives cake orders from the members of her club, even though they don't have to. Well, we at We Speak are definitely looking forward to getting some cake samples from you, Toastmaster Fiona. Let's welcome to the virtual stage with a show of red hearts, Toastmaster Fiona as the fun master for today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jennifer. Keeping in line with the theme of love, I've decided that we'll play a game. So the game is called Mind Meld, and we know that one of the most important aspects of love is understanding. And so this game will test your understanding of each other's thinking. So I'll give you the instructions to the game. I'll give you the instructions to the game. There will be 2 teams, MTM versus We Speak. At random, I will pick one member from each team at a time. So they'll be not together. We Speak separate, MTM separate. The person I pick should then pick a partner of choice from your own team, and together both of you will mind meld. So what it is you have to pick 1 out of 10 topics which I've already prepared. They are all Toastmasters related. When I count to 3, you have to share the word which comes to mind in relation to the topic. Okay, you both have to say, hopefully you'll end up saying the same word. If you say the same word, you get a point. If you don't, you'll get 2 more chances. I'll count to 3 again. You can try again. And again, you'll get 3 chances to try out for that particular topic. So you get a point if you both say the same word. The trick is to pay attention to your partner's words and understand their mindset in relation to the topic. Now I understand that the instructions are a little, some of you may or may not have followed. So we have volunteers today who will do a trial round so that you all can understand better. Can I have the volunteers, Toastmaster Sunita and Toastmaster Princita? Okay, can you unmute, please? Yeah. All right. So I won't give you a choice for the topic. I've already picked the topic. Your topic is YLP, Youth Leadership Program. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Chandru.
Sunita, we didn't say anything. You should speak immediately.
Together, is it? We have to say it together. So when you finish 3, we have to say it together, right?
Together. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Fine.
Okay.
We'll scrap this topic and give you another one. Okay. So when I say 3, 2, 1, you have to say the word. Okay. This is a little difficult. District 121. 3, 2, 1.
Vanitha.
I didn't say.
Okay.
So now when she finishes the counting, you have to say.
Sunita said Vanitha.
I said Vanitha.
What did Princita say?
I was going to say Vanitha. I'm being honest, but I didn't.
Okay,
Yeah.
but fine. All right. So that was 2 trial rounds. So you guys get it. I will pick somebody. You have to pick your own partner. Pick a topic. I'll give you the topic. The moment I say 3, 2, 1, you guys have to just say whatever comes to mind. Hopefully it will be correct. If it is not, I will still give you 2 more chances. If you get it right, you win a point for your team. All right. So let's get started. Where are the participants? Oh, would anyone like to volunteer? We can start with the We Speak. Anybody like to volunteer? This is not table topics, guys. Come on. Srinivas, we'll go with you. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like to pick, please pick a partner?
Like to pick, let's say, Archana from We Speak Toastmasters Club.
Archana? Can we have Archana spotlighted, please?
Yes.
Okay, there you are. Archana, can you pick a number, please, from 1 to 10?
Should I reveal it?
Yes, tell me.
4.
4. Okay, so I have your word. I have your topic. Okay, so when I say 1, 2, 3, you say what you have to say loudly so that everybody hears. Your topic is division. 3, 2,
1 to 1.
E.
What did Archana say?
She said 1 to 1.
No, okay, fine. So I'll give you another chance. Archana said 1 to 1 and
I said E.
Srinivas said E. Okay, so your next word should match. 3, 2, 1.
Division E.
Oops, Archana, you're a little slow.
No, she got, okay.
She is not. Okay.
Okay, so I think we'll scrap this one and we'll go for the next one. All right, so anyway, I've prepared. MTM belongs to division F and We Speak belongs to division E. Does anyone know how many divisions are there in District 121?
Vanitha knows.
We'll
Up to
exclude
J.
the director. Anybody else, please?
Up to J.
Up to J.
12.
JKL. It's still L.
L. Okay.
L.
12.
L is the
12.
last.
12 is the correct answer. All right. So thank you, Srinivas sir and Archana. We'll move on to another batch. This time we'll go for MTM. Any volunteers from MTM? Divya, are you there?
I'm right here, Fiona, but I'm walking and talking.
No problem. It'll take only 2 minutes. Can you pick a partner, please?
I have MN Pi with me.
MN sir, please come on camera.
Hey, man. We better sync on this one. Huh?
I'm outside somewhere. Yeah.
That's okay. We are both doing the same.
Minutes. Okay. Can you pick a number, sir, other than 4 from 1 to 10, please?
6.
6. All right. I have your topic. You need to guess once I say 3, 2, 1. So your topic is PR. 3, 2, 1.
Love.
Hemen said it. He didn't say anything.
Okay. Next one. What did you say, MN?
No, I didn't. I didn't understand what I was supposed to do.
So basically, she's going to give a word and we're going to relate it to another word closest to it. For example, if I say district, I can say director. And if you say the same word, we are scoring a point.
Okay.
So she'll give us another word and or she'll give us another chance.
Yeah.
What do you want to give us, Fiona?
I'll give you another chance. All right. So 6 is out, 4 is out. Could you pick another number, please?
3 for tango.
3. Okay. So the word is SAW, Speech Analysis Workshop. 3, 2, 1.
JTP.
Speakers.
Okay. What did MN sir say? JTP.
JTP is judges training. Yeah.
What did Divya say?
I said speeches.
Speeches. Okay. So I give you another chance again. You need to
Okay,
connect.
MN, we better sync on this one. Huh?
Yeah.
JTP and speeches and give me a word, please. 3, 2, 1.
Contest.
That was late.
On this one.
Yeah.
Okay, I meant I did cheat on this one, but I'm a little biased towards this club, so I'll give you a point, and hopefully We Speak will get the
match it up for sure.
Yeah. So how many can anybody? Thank you, MN sir, Divyashree, for taking part.
Yeah.
Does anyone know how many SAWs were organized by District 121? 6. Yes, 6 SAWs were organized by District 121, 2 each for ISC, evaluation, and for table topics. The recordings are available on the district website in case any of you missed it. All right, We Speak. Who wants to go next? Let's go next. Ria, do you want to go? Is Ria there? Yeah.
Yes, I'll go.
Okay, can you pick a partner, please?
Toastmaster Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. Jennifer, can you pick a number, please, other than 3, 4, and 7?
9.
9. All right. So I have your topic. The topic is ISC, International Speech Contest. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Speech.
Prepared speech.
Oh, okay. That's still nice. It's fine. I'll give it to you. Okay. That is excellent. Very well done. 1 point for MTM, 1 point for We Speak. So I've prepared on ISC. The International Speech Contest is a long-standing tradition of Toastmasters International. Each year, more than 30,000 participants compete in various contests, including the ISC for the coveted title of World Champion. We know who was the latest World Champion. Anybody know who was the first one? And in which year this person became the World Champion? Very first World Champion? Any guesses, please? Okay, it was in 1938. A person named Henry Wines from Reedley, California in 1938. Thank you, Jennifer and Ria, for taking part. All right, back to MTM again. I hope we have time. Back to MTM again. Shall I pick? I can't pick anyone. Sapna, Dr. Sapna, are you there?
Yes, Fiona.
Yeah, can you pick a partner, please?
Okay, Seema.
Seema, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
They're both there. Okay, they're not. Okay, wait for the spotlight. Okay, Toastmaster Seema, can you please pick a number other than 3, 4, 6, and 9?
Yeah. Number 1.
Number 1. Okay. So your topic is pathways. 3, 2, 1. That's cheating. No. I can't give you this one. After I say 3, 2, 1, you can speak.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll scrap pathways. Anyway, like Toastmaster Seema said, there are 11 specialized learning paths. And can anyone guess how many languages they are available in?
5.
The learning paths. Somebody said something? Oh,
5.
they're actually available in 9 languages, plus select parts in Korean and in Tamil as well. Fun fact, Dr. Sapna here is the pathways coordinator for division C, F, and L, which is taking part in this one. Fine. Toastmaster Seema, can you pick another number, please?
5.
5. Okay. After I say 1, both of you have to speak, okay? Your topic is Super 7. 3, 2, 1.
What?
Go, both of you. Both of you are just looking. Super 7, anything that comes to mind.
TLI.
What happened, Seema? You got stuck.
Yeah, I couldn't remember anything. I was looking at Sapna's face. Whatever she tells, I will repeat. No.
Okay, then I cannot give you this one. But thank you for taking part, Sapna and Seema, ma'am. Super 7 is it is an award like DTM Bosco mentioned. Can anyone tell me under which category it comes? DD, PQD, CGD, PR, under which of them?
It comes under membership, I know. If you add some members to the club,
okay,
not wrong.
No, not about membership. No. Sunita, ma'am?
I thought if all the members attend the Toastmasters Leadership Institute program.
Correct. Both all 7 officers must attend both the COTP. But can you tell me which category it will come under? Is it DD, PQD, CGD, PR, or AM?
PQD.
This PQD.
PQD is correct. Yes. PQD is the correct. Thank you. All right. Do we still have time, please? Timer. Do we have time? It's already 6:05.
Yeah, so we have to start for prepared speeches now.
Yeah, isn't it? All right. So
Yeah.
is it fine if I conclude? This was good, but I had a few
Yeah.
more. I had a few nice topics. If we have time in the end, maybe we can try it later. Thank you very much for taking part. Back to you, Toastmaster Jennifer.
Thank you for that very fun and very nerve-wracking session, Toastmaster Fiona, because when it was my turn, I was just staring at Ria like, please think of the same thing, please think of the same thing. But it was very entertaining. Thank you so much. And it was a great way to start off the meeting today. So before the meeting, I had asked our role takers which was at one moment when they felt the most loved. And I got some very amazing and very thought-provoking answers. So I would like to now hear from you, the audience, about any moment in your life where you felt the most loved. So remember, again, it can be anyone, family, friends, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, anyone. So we can have a few answers for that. We can continue after the speech section in the interest of time. Anyone? A moment where you felt the most loved? You can just feel free to unmute and tell me.
I'm going.
Okay.
If I happen to meet or go to one of the exhibition organized by disabled or challenged kids, very small kids, they used to prepare some candles or some craft items which was put to sale. So I was going around that place looking at the things that was displayed because one of my friend was part of the organizing committee there. So when I was going around, one small kid just tapped on my hand and I saw down who it was and he said, "Come down." And I just bent down and he pecked on my cheek. So I felt like, I don't know what that was, but I felt really very loud and touched. And I don't know what connections I have towards kids, but that was a very loud moment for me.
Oh, that's so sweet. Anyone else? Or we can just start with the prepared speech and continue after this. Okay. So it's now time to move on to the prepared speech section. We have a lineup of two amazing speakers, one from each club. So to kick things off, I would like to call upon the evaluator for the first speaker. So the evaluator for the first speaker has been a Toastmaster for over 10 years now. Currently, she works at Karnataka Bank. She loves life and learning new things. She is a voracious reader and likes listening to music and watching movies. The one moment in her life when she felt the most loved was when her granddaughter was named after her. That's so beautiful. With a show of red heart emoji, let's welcome Toastmaster Gladys to read out the objectives of our first speaker.
Good evening, Toastmasters and friends. DTM Vanitha Rangarajan, I'll read out her objectives. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify his or her primary style. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share the impact of his or her style on others. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gladys. Moving on, our first speaker of the day is currently serving as the District Director of District 121, through which she manages the entire education, people's resources, training, marketing efforts of the district. Outside of Toastmaster, she works as a full-time employee at Oracle, handling PeopleSoft customers. She is the mother of two beautiful daughters and is a die-hard Rajnikant fan. Also, in her opinion, Papa serves the best ice cream and veg cutlet. Well, I'll take your word for it and I will try it out sometime. The moment when she felt the most loved was when she had to deliver her distinguished Toastmaster speech and her entire family traveled from Chennai to Bangalore to cheer her on. Ladies and gentlemen, with red hearts, welcome our first speaker for the day, distinguished Toastmaster Vanitha from We Speak Toastmasters with her speech titled, Let's Go. Let's go, distinguished Toastmaster Vanitha.
I remember the time that I used to have curd rice, my comfort food. Raise your hand if you have your own version of curd rice, egg roast and something. any of those delicacies that you feel, the dal khichadis or anything at all that you would go to whenever you needed comfort. In the many things that I've seen in Toastmasters, I've had my own version of comfort food in people. People who've had spectacular ways of speaking their way through my heart. Some of them who totally wear their heart on their sleeve. Some of them who sugarcoat it so well and yet convey this exact same thing. Some of them who are brutally honest. And some of them who are the nicest when it comes to giving a sandwiched feedback. Now, I never thought I would be exploring my communication style until I had to do it as a part of my project. And there I was, sitting and filling an assessment and realizing these amazing people that I have come across in my journey of Toastmasters with communication styles that stand a world apart. The first person that I wanted to acknowledge here is someone who is extremely result-oriented, very focused, slightly competitive. When you want something to get done, then you ask this particular person. Sometimes a little demanding, a little extra confident. This is the person that you want to go to when you want to get things done. I saw in our club president, Toastmaster Nayanthara, that direct style of communication that has so very impressed me. A little bit about the communication style of one other amazing, exceptional woman that I've met here. The initiating communicating style. Extremely social, a social butterfly if you might, enthusiastic, persuasive in her own beautiful way. She would walk her way through your heart and get that job done. Extremely energetic, expressive in their style of speaking, spontaneous, and the life of any party. Yes, our very own distinguished Toastmaster Divya Shri. The way she walked into my life and the way that she has been able to get all things done with that communicative style of being an initiator has taught me so much. The next person that I'd like to acknowledge is that calm and composed. I'm going to be here for you. I'm extremely patient. I would probably be listening more than speaking more. Someone who attends to the needs of everyone, extremely calm. Someone who is absolutely gentle and has the best active skills. Now this one, I could think of two immediate people. The past president for We Speak, Toastmaster Srinivas, my go-to person when it comes to needing a comforting word, and the pathways coordinator at the PQD Excellent Team, Toastmaster Sapna. If you hear her speak, you will know that the most comfort will come from the way that she talks to you. These have been some of these amazing individuals that have always impressed me. But we need someone to talk facts. We need someone to give us only based on data, the cautious, the very precise, the disciplined ones, the ones who are extremely methodical, the perfectionists that I strive to be. And that I saw in two amazing gentlemen, both from our clubs, distinguished Toastmaster Bosco Abraham and distinguished Toastmaster MN Pai. The way that they get work done and ensure that they've covered it all with logic, reason, and with the exact precision that is required has been able to be something that you can get work done with absolute analytics in place. The analytical communication style sets you a world apart because you come with data in hand. These are some of the communication styles while I explored and I was able to connect to people that I interact with every day. And I found myself wondering, what is my combination of the communication styles? I realized that I probably am tending towards the supportive communication style. I find myself consoling, convincing, and yet persuading folks to do tasks that are required of us. I find myself an initiator. I'm mostly fun, but when it comes to business, I'm serious. I do want to explore and venture out on the direct and the initiating styles, but I don't see that so much of me in the happening. One of the things that Toastmasters has taught me is it does not matter what the person has to do. It does matter how you make the person feel. And every single conversation that I've had, be it with a member, a club officer, or a district officer, the one thing that gets me going is how are they feeling after they speak to me? That has been the very why of my communication style. And so I'd like to think that I edge a little more on the supportive and the initiative styles. I'm here to explore because I'm pretty sure when I started my Toastmasters journey, I was direct, I was never analytical, but I was mostly initiating. But I have seen a tremendous change in the way that I have been interacting with members inside of Toastmasters and at people at work. And I know that this journey of speaking in a way to convince people or to communicate thoughts or to pass on the ideas is an evolving style in action. There is no one such rule that fits everyone. There's no one glove that fits all hands. And so here I am in my journey as a communicator, wanting to do more, give more, and get more. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Jennifer.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Vanitha, for that beautiful speech. And I loved how everyone who influenced your communication style was in this meeting. That was so nice. Well, moving on to our second speech for the day. Before I call upon the speaker, I'd like to call upon the evaluator. Our second speaker's evaluator is currently the parliamentarian for District 121. He was the chairman of the Territorial Council of South Asia when the division was first being formed. He was also the first district governor for India and Sri Lanka in 2006. He has a number of achievements in addition to these up his sleeve because, but I had to severely cut down on that list because in the interest of time. He currently runs a program called Fear to Fun, where he trains school children and conducts training sessions for school teachers and college lecturers. Now, when I asked him about the moment he felt the most loved, he told me that he had been hospitalized when he traveled to Raigad due to a high fever. The only company he had when he was there was an old nun who would visit him 4 times a day just to keep him comfortable. Please welcome to the stage with the show of red hearts, distinguished Toastmaster Bosco to read out the objectives of our second speaker.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. The speaker is on the path motivational strategies, and he is on his level 1 project 3 research your topic project. The purpose statement: the purpose of the project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. The time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, DTM Bosco. Now moving on to our final speaker of the day. He is currently pursuing his master's in public administration. His hobbies include writing and directing short skits, as well as conducting sessions. He says that the moment he felt the most loved was when he failed. This was a real eye-opener for me because it is at the time of it is at our lowest points and at times of failure when we really know who our actual friends are. To our second speaker for the day, Toastmasters, welcome him with a show of red hearts. Toastmaster Ashwin, faith and prayer equals miracles. Faith plus prayer equals miracles. Toastmaster Ashwin.
Yeah, first of all, I thank you for waiting me and for giving me this opportunity. Today you may hear some sounds because I am actually not in the place. I am out and just made it somehow. I wanted to give the speech because I didn't want to miss this very precious moment. So I'm trying my best. So please excuse me if there is some disturbance and all. So let me start my speech. Good evening, all the Toastmasters. It's really my pleasure to tell something about prayer. And I tried to do some research on prayer, and it is surely, I am glad that it has helped me and it will help you. So let me start. Faith plus prayer is equal to miracles. 2017, it was 2 o'clock in the noon. My sister had to undergo an urgent emergency surgery, but her blood pressure was constantly going down. We did not know, it was really challenging moment when doctor told us if her BP is not coming normal, we can't do the surgery. And tears rolled out from her. That was really challenging moment, and we did not know what to do. We just came together and we prayed in faith. And that within 2 minutes, I could say BP started to come to normal. And doctor declared she is fit for surgery. She underwent surgery and she was out of danger. How did it happen? I strongly believe that it is the power of prayer. So what is prayer? Prayer is nothing but conversing with God in intimacy, power, and with the sacrifice. Merriam-Webster's dictionary, it defines prayer as an address such as petition to God in word or thought. The word pray comes from the word French prier, meaning to pray. With its Latin root word precari, meaning ask earnestly, beg or entreat. Entreat means beseech, beg, implore, supplicate, conjure, plead. Many adjectives or many words are there. So basically, prayer means begging with God. As a verb, it means to address a deity, a prophet, a saint, or an object of worship. For example, pray to the Lord. And that is called prayer. As a verb, it is used as a prayer. Let us see something in Hinduism, what it is. Prayer, according to Hinduism, it is mainly a prayer like is a puja, which is Sanskrit for adoration. This prayer may take at home or in mandir or in temple. It is directly conversing with God. The experience while chanting mantras or singing bhajans, it is like talking to God, and the rituals helps them to experience God's power in their life. There are various types, 3 types of prayers are found in Hinduism. That is Manasika Prarthana, mental prayer, through within one's mind, praying within one's mind. We can say meditation or experiencing God through mind. That is called Manasika Prarthana. Vachika Prarthana, that is word or singing bhajans, that will help them to experience God. And third is Kayika Prarthana, accompanied with a physical action, maybe offering prostrating or going for a pilgrimage or worshipping God. So according to Hinduism, it is praying with devotion that helps them to experience God. So what is prayer according to Islam? Prayer is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. The common features of Islamic prayer are as follows: prayer, supplication, purification, and most ritual actions are considered acts of worship, ibadat. It is called as ibadat. So we can see here some photos, rituals are there, and cleaning, purification, and praying. So especially it is ritual action or it is action. The most well-known and an obligatory act in Islam is the performance of the 5 daily prayers, which in Arabic is known as Salah, often written Salat. In Quran, the Arabic word Salah means to demonstrate servitude to God by means of certain actions. And we see here actions, different actions, but through that actions, they are experiencing God, and they are through their rituals, through their prayers, they are experiencing that very great power in their life. Let us come to Christianity. What is prayer in Christianity? Prayer is a way of having a personal experience and intimate connection with God. There are 4 types of prayers in Christianity. There's prayer of adoration, prayer that praises God's goodness and majesty. Prayer of confession, we bare our souls before God about our sins and shortcomings. And prayer of thanksgiving, prayer that recognizes the good things God gives us and offers thanks for them. And prayers of supplication, prayer that lifts up requests before God. So 4 kinds of prayer, and through these we can experience God's love. Whatever scholars say, Juliana is a connection expert, professional and facilitator, and a best-selling author. She says about prayers very beautifully. She tells, when I burst out a quick prayer, especially out loud, I feel a shift inside myself from tension and distress to a more trusting and hopeful feeling. Many people are looking to a higher power for comfort these days. During the pandemic, the number of Google searches for prayers skyrocketed because they had only one hope, that prayer could do something. And meditation is a part of prayer. It helps us to calm down, calm our nervous system and shutting down fight or flight responses. And there is the research says that those who have done meditation, there was very much positive energy that helps them to be positive even though during negative time. So at last, prayer gives couples a chance to calm down, says Frank Finchen, an eminent scholar. Finally, what is prayer? It is nothing but faith plus prayer is equal to everyday miracles. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwin, for that very eye-opening speech on prayer. And with that, we've come to the end of the prepared speech section. Now, before we move on to our final section for the day, I'd like to request everyone to turn on your camera so that we can take a group picture and create some memories right now. Who will be taking the picture? Okay, Toastmaster Srinivas. Can I request everyone to put their camera on?
Okay, can I request everyone to put up the heart icon on the count of 3? I believe we're still waiting for a few videos to be turned on. Okay. On the count of 3, once again, I did not get the photo started. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Back to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Srinivas, and thank you, everyone. And finally, it is now the evaluation section, the breakfast for champions. For that, I would like to hand the virtual stage over to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Neil, to carry forward the proceedings.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jennifer. Wonderful meeting, and a meeting that really personified what love is. Everybody loved to speak, come forward with opportunities when called upon. Some volunteered, and really it was a great meeting. So how the evaluation section would proceed? First, we would have this evaluation for the prepared speeches. I would then ask the tag team as well as a listener to give their reports, and for the listener to conduct her activity. and then I would be closing out with the overall general report for the meeting. So I'd like to invite the first evaluator for today to give her report, Toastmaster Gladys. Over to you, Toastmaster Gladys.
Good evening, everybody, once again, and especially to DTM Vanitha. Vanitha, you grabbed everyone's attention with an opening of curd rice being your comfort food. You had all of us in our comfort zone visualizing our own comfort food and held our rapt attention from the beginning to the end for all of those 7 minutes. What I really liked about your speech, about your presentation, was that you explained the various types of leadership styles, the various types, by associating them with our various leaders in Toastmasters. So you mentioned Divyashri, Nayanthara, Srinivas, Sapna, Bosco Abraham, and Amitabh, to whom we could relate and also visualize their leadership styles very well. So we, knowing them, we could relate to that very well, and we could visualize them also very well. So that way there was a lot of connect with what you were saying. So for us, there was a lot of takeaway there. Where I could suggest a little bit was, you knowing all of these very well, I'm sure there were some personal anecdotes or a little humor could have been brought in there, where you were on a personal level with him, and so maybe a little small incident, a subtle humor maybe could have brought in there to lighten the moments. So that was all I could suggest. There were a lot of hand gestures because I could see your hands moving. There were a lot of pauses, your eye contact, the way you delivered your speech. It was so very good. I totally enjoyed your speech. And as I said, I like the way that you organized your speech very well. There was an opening, there was a body, and there was a conclusion. And I liked when you said that it is not about, in Toastmasters, you have a lot to do, but it does not matter what you have to do. I think this is that Mary Angelo, I think these are her words. But how you make the person feel, that is very, very important. And that is what touched me most. And you also explained your leadership style, how you plan to go about your way, and how you are more direct and never analytical, how your journey has evolved, no one glove that fits all. So I think you are a great speaker, Vanitha. Except for that subtle humor that you could have brought in. It was a great presentation. I loved your speech. And as I said, I'm always in awe of you and how you manage your roles so very well. You have a great journey ahead. There is a lot I can learn from you. Thank you so much for the speech. All the very best to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gladys. Wonderful report and a wonderful speech. For the next evaluation, I'd like to invite distinguished Toastmaster Bosco Abraham to give his evaluation of Toastmaster Ashwin's speech.
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and Father Ashwin Cardoza in particular, congratulations on a speech well researched and well delivered. At the outset, let me first of all congratulate you on ensuring that you met the specific goal of this project, that is to research, review, and present a well-organized speech on the topic of prayer. I was totally engrossed in your presentation because I learned a few things about the other religions which I did not know. And I think that is a wonderful way of sharing knowledge, which you did bring up. You spoke with clarity, and I was with you right from the start, especially that miraculous healing of your sister whose BP came up just because of that one prayer uttered at that time. It definitely talks about faith in prayer and the miracle that came after it. So the opening story definitely caught my attention, and it led to the body of your speech where you spoke about the various religious backgrounds, and not only the background, but you got us the root of the word, the root of what actually is being done. I think that was very well portrayed by you. Their strong beliefs and their styles is something that is a part of their own life, and this was very, very clearly put to us. If you want to become an ardent speaker, Toastmaster Father Ashwin, I have a couple of suggestions for you. When we want to speak, I think the effect of our speaking is not only the way we speak in terms of voice, but even our gestures are important. So a little bit of vocal variety, a little bit of gestures would have been in place, and this would have been possible had you stood and spoken. Perhaps that would have facilitated this particular requirement. The moment you talk about prayer, you could have put your hands together and said, this is how they do it. They bow down. This is how they do it. I mean, that could have been very, very vivid for me as a listener. It, however, did not take away the core value of your speech, that is to present something new after having collated a lot of information. I congratulate you on your project, completing your project, and I look forward to you implementing new skills in your presentation so that those who listen to you would be engrossed totally with you. Mr. General Evaluator.
Yeah, thank you very much for your boost and helping me to become a good speaker in coming days. Surely I'll take your corrections, and in coming days I will try it out.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Bosco. For the next section of the evaluation, I'd like to move on to the reports from our timer, our counter, and our grammarian. Starting with our timer for the day, Toastmaster Lalitha.
Yes, for prepared speeches, Toastmaster Ashwin took 7 minutes 43 seconds, and DTM Vanitha took 6 minutes and 40 seconds. And for journal evaluation, for evaluator 1, DTM Bosco took 3 minutes 15 seconds, and Toastmaster Gladys took 2 minutes 43 seconds. So I think Ashwin has exceeded the time limit.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Toastmaster Lalitha, for your evaluation on the time. Next, I would like to move on to the R counter to present the report.
Is my screen visible?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. This is the report as the art counter from me. Toastmaster Jennifer, as the Toastmaster of the day, had 1 hour, 3 arms, and no ers, crutches, fillers, or pauses. Toastmaster Gladys, for the evaluation, had 4 hours and 3 arms. DTM Vanitha, as the speaker, being the ardent speaker that she is, had no hours, arms, ers, crutches, or pauses. DTM Bosco had no hours, arms, ers, crutches, or pauses during his evaluation. Toastmaster Ashwin, during his speech, had 1 hour. Toastmaster Neil, as the general evaluator, had 3 hours and 5 hours up till this point. Thank you, and back to you, general evaluator.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nayanthara. your evaluation. Next, I would like to move on to the Grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Seema, to present her report.
So, DTM Bosco, who was the Sergeant at Arms and Evaluator, used the words like skills and awards, ensuring, engrossed, miraculous, vocal variety, in place, facilitated, collected. Jennifer, TMOD, Toastmaster Jennifer, used too many phrases. I could write down only a few of them. Versatile feeling that can vary in intentions. Feedback is the breakfast for champions. Nerve-wracking session. Severely cut down in the interest of time. Time of flow. Creating memory. Toastmaster Neil, General Evaluator, used personified and called upon. Then the first speaker, DTM Vanitha, used comfort food, persuasive, walk away through your heart, initiator, comforting word, cautious, perfectionist, gets us going, evolving, analytical. Toastmaster Ashwin has used intimacy, conjure, rituals, prostrating, supplication, obligatory, adoration, majesty, confession. Toastmaster Gladys, the evaluator, has used grabbed, visualizing, rapt attention, associate and connect, subtle humor, awe of you. Toastmaster Fiona has used the title of a game as Mind Meld, which means compatibility between the two speakers or the two players. Trickster, then listener Ria has not yet come into picture. Toastmaster Sunita, the president of MTM, has used invigorating beginning, eye-opener, shared commitment, and diversity. The president of We Speak Toastmasters is yet to speak. I'm very glad to tell you that most of the speakers have used either the word for the day or the phrase for the day. And some corrections here and there. There was redundancy in one of the speakers' usage, that is urgent, emergency surgery. Urgent and emergency mean the same. You can use any one. Then conversing, it is not conversing. Conversing and conversation. It is facilitator, not facilitator, facilitator. Then miraculous and miracle. There's difference in the pronunciation. It is miracle. And it is not gestures, it is gestures. That is how it sounds. So these are a few corrections that we can make when we use these words next time. Thank you. Thanks to you, the General Evaluator. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Seema, for a wonderful evaluation on everybody's grammar. Next, I would like to hand it over to Toastmaster Ria to take over the listening activity for today.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. I'll share my screen. Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So now it is trivia time with a Valentine special. The first question, when does Toastmaster Neil feel the most loved? If you know the answer, just shout out the option.
When he receives a call from his family.
Correct, when he calls his family. Next question, what was the game by the Fun Master called?
Mind Meld.
Awesome job, Mind Meld. What was Toastmaster Srinivas and Toastmaster Archana's topic?
I'll not answer that.
Division. Correct, division. Awesome. How many languages are the learning paths available in?
7.
9.
Correct
9.
answer is 9. Where did Toastmaster Punita have her most loved moment?
An exhibition.
Exhibition.
Yes, an exhibition. What was the title of DTM Vanitha's speech?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Awesome job. Let's go. Who, according to DTM Vanitha, can get the job done?
TM Sapna. Sapna. TM Sapna.
Not Toastmaster Sapna.
TM Srinivas.
Nope.
Toastmaster Srinivas.
Not
Divyashri.
Toastmaster.
Divyashri.
Yes, the distinguished Toastmaster Divyashri. Correct. When did Toastmaster Ashwin feel most loved?
When he failed.
When he
Awesome.
failed.
Yes, when he failed. Which language does the word pray come from?
Greek.
French.
Latin.
French is the correct answer. How many pillars are there in Islam?
5.
Awesome. Correct.
5.
What is faith plus prayer equal to?
Miracles.
Miracles.
Awesome job. Thank you
Yes.
so much, everybody, for an amazing session. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ria, for a wonderful activity. This is a very interesting way to develop people's listening skills. So now I will start with my report, overall report for the meeting. Overall, the meeting was a very nicely held meeting. It started 2 minutes late. So a reminder for people to join in on time and be a part of the meeting so that it can start on time. The meeting was started by Toastmaster Bosco, who gave a very fantastic introduction, setting the tone for the meeting while helping everybody who joined in be comfortable and set the tone on how the meeting would go on. After that, Toastmaster Sunita has her trademark style. She always combines the magic in the mundane. She combines them both and delivers it in her trademark style, and then handed over the proceedings to Toastmaster Jennifer, the Toastmaster of the day. She took charge of proceedings very well, and she managed the situations calmly. In fact, something that I remember when I was watching Toastmaster Jennifer speak was how she managed the proceedings when she realized that the fun activity was going to come first. She did not make it a big deal, but she just calmly switched it after I spoke my session. And that is a perfect example of how to conduct a meeting. Changes happen, things do not go well, and sometimes a calm head can really help do that. And the way Toastmaster Jennifer handled this meeting was a splendid manner. She handled it very splendidly. Next was myself. I would like to give certain feedback to myself. I did not connect my audio source very well, which is a reminder for me. Next time, please connect your audio source and make sure that everybody hears you well. So that's something that I would like to give feedback to myself. After that, it went on to the fun activity where Toastmaster Fiona gave a wonderful session on and keeping everybody engaged. A contrast to the table topic session where few people speak. Here we had many more participants come and get their voice heard and get engaged in an activity. After that, we had the prepared speeches that started on time, in fact ahead of time, so which is a testament again to Toastmaster Jennifer's time management, and she handled that very well as well. So after that, we had the evaluation sessions with everybody speaking their parts, the timer, and the tag team giving their report. Word of advice I think I would give to the person who manages time is showing time cards. This would help the speakers manage their pace of speaking. They would be able to slow up and speed down, the slow down and speed up. That's a mix in how I said it.
Neil, but I've shown the cards.
I don't think it was there in the evaluation session.
No, evaluation session also.
It was not visible.
It was not visible.
I think they have not been the timer.
Can you show the card now, please?
Yeah, I just show it. This is green,
Yeah.
yellow, and red.
I have noted, sir. I have noted.
I could not
Even
see
I
it.
I
noticed
think
the
it
timing
may
part.
have
Only
been.
she was not spotlighted.
I think she was not
Yeah.
spotlighted, and that is why it was not coming across. Yeah.
Actually, at the time of speech, immediately they started. I think they're not in the time. I think.
I understand, but I apologize for that. I think it was not noted, and I think I think the timer needs to be spotlighted, and I think that should be something.
Yeah.
I apologize, Toastmaster Lalitha, for this misunderstanding. Sorry. Yeah, and that concludes my overall report for today's meeting. I would like to hand it over to Toastmaster Jennifer to conclude today's session.
Thank you, General Evaluator and his team of evaluators for that very constructive feedback that will definitely go a long way for each of us in our path to improvement. Well, Toastmasters, it pains me to say that we have come to the end of today's meeting. I would like to leave you all with this quote: love yourself first and everything else falls into place. As you would have noticed, I had asked all of our role takers today to tell me about a moment when they felt loved. I would have loved to hear about such moments from the rest of you, but we had quite the time constraint today, so I couldn't do that. But my point in this activity was to urge all of you to love, cherish, and accept yourselves first, because it is only when you love yourself that you will be able to have that much love for those around you. With that, I will be signing off. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you and have an amazing week. I now hand the stage over to our VP Education of We Speak Toastmasters, Toastmaster Chetan.
Thank you. I'll be displaying a video. Please do let me know when you see my screen. This is a video that we have created from all the photographs that we collected from everybody. So you will get to see a lot of love from all the Toastmasters that are present in this meeting. So just give me a minute. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Started from the beginning. That's all I had for you. I hope you all liked it. Thank you. And I now hand over the stage to the President, Toastmaster Nayanthara.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chetan. And wow, what a wonderful way to celebrate Valentine's Day. It was indeed one of the best meetings that I've attended. And I felt so loved today being here and seeing all of you and each one with your presence, made your presence felt today. Thank you so much for being such a sport and sporting the backgrounds that were created for us. It was indeed an extremely, what do I say, a fun-filled session with also great amount of knowledge that we could take back from our speakers. One with regard to communication styles and the other with regard to prayer, and prayer being such an important part of our lives. I think it was indeed a very wholesome session with regard to love and Valentine's Day. That being said, I reinstate the fact that although we are not together in person, we still manage to connect with each other. And I'd like to end by saying, just like how we did today, let us continue spreading love wherever we are, and meeting people and spreading love, and being a family through Toastmasters. It's such a wonderful way to connect with people indeed. And with having a great fun session, which was spearheaded by Toastmaster Fiona, wow, we could indeed understand how compatible we are with our fellow Toastmasters. Thank you so much to each one of you who took up roles today and made your presence felt. Last but definitely not the least, I'd like us to have meetings like this more often, and all the best to each one of you in your Toastmasters journey as well as otherwise. That being said, I'd like to conclude by just reminding you to vote. The voting link has been shared on the chat. Quickly vote for your favorite role takers and your speakers as well as the evaluators. And let us know once you're done with a thumbs up. In the meanwhile, any final thoughts that anyone would like to share about anything, the meeting or otherwise, anything?
I think those who haven't spoken can say something if they like.
Yeah, please go ahead. Anyone?
Although I've spoken earlier, I would take this chance because I'm quite, not very new, but still getting familiar with a lot of things of Toastmasters Club. When Mind Meld was happening, I was thinking about myself that I don't know anything. If I am picked up, what will I even answer, and who will I pick, to come up with any words as though. But when I listen to the speeches, the speakers actually speak over here, I've now become an ardent admirer of this entire club, with the kind of support each one gives, to get over those inhibitions, or completely for speakers to wear their heart over their sleeves. It's like, you feel in a family where you don't have to actually feel shy or scared or so. And you get a constructive feedback to improvise yourself. And I came here with, after I had a lot of fear, but I'm pushing myself to speak every time I have a chance to speak, to come over that fear. So thank you for the entire club for being so supportive.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vanitha, for sharing your thoughts. It really means a lot. And yes, I agree with everything that you said. So I'd like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster Sunita, because she'd be displaying the winners along with their certificates. Toastmaster Sunita, over to you.
So the best speaker for today was DTM Vanitha Rangarajan. Congratulations. The best evaluator was DTM Bosco.
Thank you.
The best role taker went to Toastmaster Jennifer George. Congratulations. And the best listener, Riyara Sangavi, got the best auxiliary role taker award. Congratulations to all the winners.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunita, and congratulations, winners. You are thoroughly deserving of it. Thank you so much, everyone, yet again. And that being said, I officially declare this meeting adjourned. Thank you. We're now open to networking.